Hey, future CPAs, welcome. Look, we're not going to do a boring lecture today. Instead, think of this as a strategy session. We're going to power level your review and literally hack the cooperative code, giving you the ultimate guide for one of the toughest topics on the LECPA. So let's get right to it. How do you actually master this stuff? Not just for the exam, but so it actually sticks in your brain for, your actual career. We've all been there, right? You cram, you pass, and then poof, it's gone. We're doing it differently today. We're going to break this down so it makes sense, stays with you, and helps you nail any question they throw at you. Believe it or not, the entire massive world of cooperatives here in the Philippines, it all boils down to just two key laws. Seriously, that's it. If you can get your head around these two pillars, you've basically built the foundation for everything else. The rest is just filling in the details. And to make this super simple to remember, let's use an analogy you already get. Think of it like a computer system. You've got your software, that's the code, the programs, the rules, and then you've got your hardware, the actual machine that makes the software run. You absolutely need both, right? One is useless without the other.
Okay, check this out. It fits perfectly. On the left, you have your software, Republic Act 9520. This is the main rulebook, the cooperative code. It's the what. It tells you exactly what a co-op is, what its purpose is, and how it's supposed to run day to day. Then, on the right, you have the hardware, Republic Act 11364. This is the law that created the CDA, the Cooperative Development Authority. They're the powerful government agency that actually enforces all the rules in the software.
So let's dig a little deeper into that software, RA 9520. If the code is the software, then these 7 principles, they're like its core operating system. They are the fundamental, non-negotiable DNA of every single cooperative. For the exam, you have to know these. They are unskippable.
Yep, 7 is the magic number. Exactly 7 of them. And these aren't just made up for the Philippines. They're based on the guidelines from the International Cooperative Alliance, so this is a global standard. You've got to have these down cold.
And here they are. This table basically shows you the heart and soul of what a co-op is all about. Now, they're all important, but I want you to draw a giant mental star next to democratic member control. Why? Because that one member, one vote concept is a classic board exam question. It's a high-yield topic. It doesn't matter if you invested 1 peso or 1,000,000 pesos, your vote is worth exactly the same as everyone else's. Okay, so how are you supposed to remember all 7 of these, especially when you're under pressure in the exam room? Simple. Use a study hack, a mnemonic. Try this one on for size. Very democratic members are effective cooperating communities. Or if you just want the letters, remember VDAECC. Say it a few times, VDAECC. It sounds a little weird, but trust me, it'll make recall on exam day practically instant.
All right, software is covered. We know the rules. Now let's talk about the hardware, the Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA. This is the government body that takes the law off the paper and makes it real. This is where the power is.
Okay, so here's the official textbook definition. It sounds kind of formal, right? Let's just simplify it. Think of the CDA as the all-in-one referee, admin, and even the police force for the entire cooperative universe. They're the ones making sure everyone plays by the rules.
Now, you don't need to memorize every single thing they do. For the exam, just focus on their big 4 powers. First, they register. They're the gatekeepers. You can't even exist without their okay. Second, they supervise. They're the watchdogs looking at the books. Third, they discipline. They're the judges who can punish you if you mess up. And finally, the ultimate power, they can dissolve a cooperative, basically shut it down. So just remember, register, supervise, discipline, dissolve. That's the core of their power.
And this quote, which is pulled straight from the law, is so important because it points out their dual role. See, it doesn't just say regulation, it also says institutional development. That's key. The CDA's job isn't just to be the bad cop. It's also to help good co-ops grow, to develop, and to succeed. It's a balance.
Okay, time to consolidate everything. Let's do a final, rapid-fire brain hack to make sure all this information gets locked into your long-term memory. Ready? Let's do this. First up, RA 9520. That's the cooperative code. It's your software. It's the rulebook. It tells you what a cooperative is.
Next, RA 11364. That's the CDA charter. It's your hardware. It creates the enforcer. It tells you who has the power.
The 7 principles, that's the non-negotiable core. That's the how. It's the operational and ethical soul of every single co-op.
Which principle is most likely to show up on your exam? Democratic member control. Just keep repeating the mantra, one member, one vote. You will probably see this. Don't miss those points.
And here's a key term. The CDA has quasi-judicial powers. Quasi is just a fancy word for sort of or like. It means they can act like a court. They can settle disputes and make decisions that are legally binding. That's a huge deal.
So, there you have it, a rock-solid foundation that's going to help you ace this on the LECPA. But let's end with a bigger thought, something for your actual career. These laws were written in 2008 and 2019. Think about what's happened since then. Fintech, crypto, the gig economy, it's a whole new world. So the real question is, how will this legal framework adapt? That's not just an exam question anymore. That's a career question. And that is where you, as a sharp, forward-thinking CPA, are going to make your mark. Now go crush that exam.